Hi friends, it's Lori Hodges here with Keller Williams Reserve. I am feeling very colorful apparently today. These are my favorite drapes and this is a lot of color. Okay, so the topic today is, are all real estate agents created equally? And the answer is, drum roll, absolutely not. So we're going to talk about the differences and some things to ask for when you are looking for an agent. Okay, so the best way to describe it is, let's talk about shopping. There are lots of different ways to shop, right? Let's look at the difference between Nordstrom and Nordstrom Rack. They are both owned by the same company. They both have the word Nordstrom in the name, but they are completely different experiences, right? So, and I will have to admit that I love going to both. I probably enjoy Nordstrom better than Nordstrom Rack because there have been multiple times that I will stop in a Nordstrom Rack. Sometimes it's because I've got an hour to kill. I used to have one near my children's school. And if I have an hour before I have to pick them up, it's like, oh, well, let's run into Nordstrom Rack and see if I can find something. And sometimes I'll find something, but then I will go and wait for 25 minutes in a line. And sometimes I get so annoyed that I put the shirt back and then I just leave and I end up walking away with nothing. Whereas if I go to Nordstrom, I know that I will never wait 25 minutes in a line. And even if I wait 5 minutes, that's usually just in the shoe department, right? That's the only place that has a line. Someone is always willing to take you to another register to help you check out. And then after you check out, they walk that nice shopping bag all the way around the counter to you. And thank you, Mrs. Hodges, for shopping at Nordstrom today. It was a pleasure serving you. And it's a completely different experience, right? Well, it's the same thing with real estate agents. You are going to get different levels of service for what you pay for. Granted, Nordstrom is going to cost more money than Nordstrom Rack, but it's a different experience and it's a different level of service. It's why people will spend the money at Ritz-Carlton. It's a different level of service. I love Chick-fil-A, I love Southwest Airlines, and I love Ritz-Carlton. Those places and those companies always seem to make me happy. Whether I'm traveling, whether I'm getting chicken nuggets, the employees are happy. When they're happy, they give good customer service, and then that makes me as a consumer very happy. Those are companies that I love giving money to because it is worth my time, it is worth my money, because I leave there as a happy consumer. And real estate should be the same thing for you. You should have this real estate transaction go so smoothly that you have no doubts that you have the right realtor, that at the end of the day, your house is sold and it was a wonderful experience. It wasn't completely stressful and chaotic. Your realtor should anticipate your needs just like Ritz-Carlton anticipates your needs as someone coming to travel. Your realtor should anticipate your needs in terms of getting ready for showings and getting ready to put your house on the market and knowing what you're going to want in a contract, knowing how to get the most money out of your house for you, how to get to closing successfully, how to make it through your inspection period without issues, how to negotiate if issues do arise. They should be able to walk you through all these things seamlessly and without stress. That's part of their job. That's part of what you're paying them for. But in the same way, there are discount realtors that aren't going to do any of that. And honestly, if you are looking for a discount realtor and you only want to pay 3% or 4% or 4.5% or 5% sometimes, you should just not expect to get a full service brokerage. There are ads online all the time, full service brokerage, we'll do everything and you only have to pay 3%. And what they mean by everything is that they will put it in the MLS. They will list your home for you. And there are some agents still that will charge you 6%, and they call that a full listing, a full service listing because they'll get a professional photographer to come in and take pictures, and they'll put it in the MLS. And that's all that they do. If that's all that you want, then I have a great video on how to sell your home on your own. Just watch that. I mean, you will save thousands and thousands of dollars, because if that's all you want, then you can do it on your own. You don't even need to pay 3% or 4%. But if you don't want to do that on your own, you should expect more. You should expect someone who is going to go to bat for you, who has your back during every step of the transaction, that they are watching out for you and your needs. Something I do is I have different marketing packages. So I go from 5% up to 6.5% to 7% sometimes. And depending on what you want to pay, what you're comfortable with, you get different options. So say at 5.5%, I kind of do what 99% of the realtors out there do. I will have a professional photographer. I will put it in the MLS. I will do an open house, and I will negotiate for you. I'll do all the contract work. I will get you to closing. It will be a successful transaction, and you will be happy. If you want more than that, which is what I like to do, then it does cost more money. So when you're interviewing agents, they're all going to walk in and say the same thing. They're going to say, I've been in the business this long. I've sold this many homes. I'm successful. This is what I do. This is the company I work for. I work for Keller Williams, and I made the switch last year. I'm super happy that I did. I love the corporate culture at Keller Williams. I love the value system that they have, but that doesn't make me a great realtor. That doesn't help me be successful in negotiating the price of your home. It just doesn't. So if someone comes in and they're trying to list your home, and this is what they're telling you about their corporate structure and how many years they've been in business, then you've got some questions to ask. You need to ask them, how are they going to actually sell your home? What steps are they going to do? And that should include a detailed marketing plan. They should be spending thousands of dollars marketing your home, unless you went with a discount broker who's never going to spend a dime marketing your home. But if you go with a full service brokerage, they should be spending thousands. That means, they might say, well, I always do a just listed postcard. Your next question is, who do you mail that postcard to? And 99% of the realtors are going to say, well, I send it to everyone in your neighborhood. And that's lovely. I do that as well, because you never know. Sometimes you have neighbors that go, oh, that house is coming on the market. My friend Sue, she really wants to be in this neighborhood, and maybe this would be the house for her. That's fantastic. But what comes out more often from sending just listeds to a neighborhood are more listings in that neighborhood. So if that agent is not sending those just listed postcards out to other people outside of your neighborhood, then probably all they're doing is hoping to get another listing by showing people that they've listed a home in that neighborhood. What I do is targeted marketing. So, sorry, my battery was going. I do targeted marketing. So depending on what type of home you have, I go after the most opportune buyer and then target directly to them. So if you live in a 55 plus neighborhood, I'm going to look for people within 3 to 5 miles, which statistically most people do not move outside of 5 miles, especially if they have children, because a lot of times they want to stay within the same school zone or school district. But I will target people over 55 years old with good credit or a certain wealth aspect income, if this is like a country club neighborhood. If it is a waterfront home, then I go after people who have boat registrations in Palm Beach County or nearby counties. So I find out who those people are. I buy lists from email brokers and address brokers, and then I target those people. So that just listed postcard not only goes to your neighborhood, but it actually goes to the people that would want to buy your home. Those, whether that's someone with a boat, someone who's interested in golf, someone who has children because you live in one of the best school districts. If you have a fenced yard, I'm going to go after people who have dogs. I could actually buy a list of all the people with dogs in Palm Beach County, because that's the number one question for someone who has dogs. Is there a fenced yard? Because it's the easiest thing to do when you can open that back door, right? So I actually send mailings to buyers who might actually buy your home, not just your neighbors. So you want to ask your agent, who are you sending that postcard to, if they're actually sending a postcard? And hopefully their answer is to other people who might want to buy your home and not just your neighborhood, okay? Also, I do direct advertising campaigns on Facebook with the same criteria. I take those email lists that I paid for and I load them into Facebook custom audiences, and then I retarget those people and I show them this home that's coming on the market and that just went on the market and that has an open house coming up. Because a lot of times there are people who buy your home that weren't looking online. They're not working with a realtor. They're not thinking that they're going to move anytime soon. And then they see this gorgeous house come in the mail, and then they see it again on Facebook and go, wow, this house looks perfect for us. Hey, honey, come look at this house. Oh, look, they're having an open house this week. Maybe we should go by and just check it out. And a lot of times those people end up buying a home, and they had no intention of buying a home this year. But when something is put in their mailbox and then right in front of them online, they rethink moving. So when you are interviewing agents, you should be asking them what they are doing to market your home. How are they marketing your home? And how much money are they going to spend marketing your home? A great agent should be able to answer all of those questions with detail, not just vague answers. Something else I do is, at 6% and above 6%, I always bring in a professional interior designer who does staging and styling for every home that I list, because if that home looks great, it sells faster and it sells for more money. So why wouldn't I do that? I pay for her to come in and do a consultation. She gives us a list of things that she would recommend. And if my seller is willing to do some of those things, then they do them. I pay for a lot of it. If we need to stage a room or do something like that, I don't mind spending that money to do it, because I know that when the home sells for more money, I will make more money, right? Realtors work on commissions. So I want your home to sell for the absolute top dollar, then I make more money. But I think I've got to put some skin in the game when I am listing homes for this much money in this area. So, and putting skin in the game means putting my money up front to make this home look fantastic and to market it the right way. So those are just some tips for you to remember when you are interviewing agents, things to ask for, things to look for. And, one other thing to think about is a lot of times people will ask, will you cut your commission? Will you do it for 4.5%? Will you list it for 5%? And, my answer is no. It's not that I don't like you. I like you a lot. I've had the luxury of working with a lot of my friends and their friends because they send me referrals. And that's great. I've gotten to work, I've worked with amazing people, and they almost all become great friends of mine. And it doesn't mean that I don't love you if I don't reduce my commission. But think about this. The commission, that's money that goes towards my family. And I love my family. And as much as I love your family, I actually love my family more. And I think you probably understand that. So if I roll over very quickly and say, oh, okay, sure, I'll cut my commission, how fast do you think I'm going to roll over when you get an offer that's not very good? Do you think I'm going to stand up for you or fight for you to keep all of your money? Probably not, right? If you can easily talk me out of my money, I bet someone can easily talk me out of your money, because that doesn't really matter to me if you get to keep your money or not, right? If I'm not a good agent. So, If you ask someone to reduce their commission and they quickly say yes, then I would quickly move on to another agent, because they are probably not going to help you protect the value that you have in your home. So that's just something else to think about. But I hope you guys all have a wonderful week, and if you like this video, feel free to give it a thumbs up. You can turn on notifications, so when I upload a new video, you get a notification about it. Feel free to share it, and if you have any questions or comments, you can always call me or send me a text. I'd be happy to help you and answer any questions you have. My number is 561-951-7005, and again, this is Lori Hodges with Keller Williams Reserve. I hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful week. Bye, friends.